the issue of where the destination is of that diminished chord, the destination is here. You can't go into that quarter note so quickly like what happened. It'd be the whole measure. It'd be the dominant. 1, 2. Da, 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 da. Now listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See? You just come in and then now. So I want to know it's a quarter note. See how I use the wrist motion for the quarter note? Yeah. Then he fools us. He doesn't go to the tonic. He goes down a third. That beautiful. Mm-hmm. We practice this. 2 there, 2 there. Right. Okay, let's go back to that run in the right hand only. That run, that chromatics. Okay, good. Now do it in tempo. Diddle, 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 lum. Without too much delay, though. This goes right in, right? That's better. It goes pretty directly. Although you want to make that a real quarter note, not, we know we have to do the wrist. That's better. Okay, now let's go back to the measure with the trill. Start here. Wait. That measure, it starts out pretty well with the octave Bs, right? And then somehow I can't make sense out of what comes later with your repeated Bs and the, you hear what happening. We don't want to hear lots of Bs. We want to hear, right? What's moving there is the voice under the B, right? In the right hand? Yes. So we don't want to hear B, 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 B. We'd like to hear more. Yeah. Let's be aware of that, so to speak, alto that's under that B. We're playing it with one hand, right? Yeah. So do you mean the left hand? No, I mean, no, you did this good. This you did. Oh, okay. That's an important, yeah, because who wants to hear? You mean? Right. You mean that one? That there's a line under those B's that's moving down in an interesting way. You have to be aware of it. So when you play, So you did do, I believe you brought up Cheetah. That was good. Yeah. But this got swallowed up after that. Then I start stretching it a little, didn't I, at the end of that measure? You don't want to get things crowded together like what happened. You want to know what's going on in that measure. Okay, so I do it again now. I decided that was going to be kind of a climax part there. Yeah. You need to stretch that measure out a little bit. Okay, stretch that measure out a little. Okay. Now you could be back. Yeah, now you could go back to your tempo where you are now. Feel a sense of the rocking motion always, whether you're loud or soft. You need a rocking motion. Okay. it's very good. But what I'm noticing about this particular page is that your 2 got slower than the original 2 from the page before, which you were starting to move into a nice 2, but not the kind that was running away from you. But on this page, it was getting a little erratic. That again, the evenness of the 2 is very important. And also, I want to make sure we get this without a stumble there, right? But it has to be ta-da-dee, ta-da-dee. You don't want a gasp, do you? You want ti-da, ti-da.
So how you can make that link?
Well, your pedal helps. Your pedal helps.
Oh, okay. I didn't pedal.
Well, you're doing pedal changes at the half measure, aren't you? So let's say slowly. Yeah, you have a little blurring there. That's okay because it's passing through, you know? You should be changing your pedal. I keep the flow of the 2 in my left hand. Don't delay the ornament. Wait.
The ornaments.
Don't delay it. Don't go da-da, ba, go ti-a-dee, ti-a-dee.
Okay.
Don't delay. No, you're delaying because of a technical reason, right? Not because of...
Okay.
Don't let that go by. Because something's happening technically that's making you have a delay gasp there.
First, you mean here to here?
Yes, but it's got to do with both your hands. Both hands. Show me slowly what the left hand is doing in 45. Slowly, with the fingering. There? Wait, are you going to a 3? That's kind of a hard fingering. It makes you...
So it should be 3, right?
5. I go. They do this. I do this. Look. I don't use a 3. No, that would be very twisty. 5, 1, 5, 3, 1, 2-1, 5. 5, 1, 5, 3, 1, 2, and I do a quick switch to 1 here, and then, yeah, 5, 1, 5, not 5, 1, 3. Yeah, because you just want to go lateral movement, see. And the other thing I do, this is important, not only do I do the 5 here, but then when I'm here at the beat, I go 2-1 very quickly. I put my thumb there. So then I can do 5, 3, 1, 5, 4, 5. I have a lesson now, Viva. Let me see what I actually do. I want to see what I do. Yeah, 3-5. See? At the end, I put a 3-5. See that? At the very end, you open up my hand.
You can just do 4. Okay, let me see how.
The thing about Chopin is you do a lot of subtle finger switching. You really do. Any good player does a lot of finger switching, you know, so you get the legato, and you have time to do it. Look what I do. See, this is a cadence. See, I quickly went over to 5 now. Yeah, I mean, you have to have the agility and the floatingness that you could just go from one finger to a substitution finger at a cadence where you can just do a little bit of slight delay on the cadence. You can do that. You can get away with that. But you can't get away with doing the ornament before that and going to the E. You have to go straight into it. Yeah, so there's a difference between, slight delay. See, now I'm back to my 5. Yeah, that's a tricky place. You really have to know choreographically what fingering you're using and be sure you're sticking with your fingering. What you need to do there is, you need to do a lot of back tempo on that one measure until it's very smooth and you have a singing regular pulse through that. So before you go back to your tempo, you have to make sure you're doing that in slow tempo. If you don't know it in slow, it will stumble again in faster tempo. I wanted it to be more smoothed out, your two, that it didn't get crowded in with any of your left-hand notes, that everything is opened up in two in rocking motion. The 4 against 3, or you could say 2 against 3, it's getting almost like the listener is going, oh, that's the place with the 2 against 3. You don't have to think of it. Because remember, on the first page when you did this, now we have to have the same feeling about this, that we don't go, oh, that one comes in between that one and all that stuff. It just has to be disassociated in that one hand is doing 4 notes and the other is doing triplet. See? It just goes. It just goes. Yeah. I think what happened before this more was you getting slower and slower to the end, like way before it was time to get slow. Because even on this diminished chord, it's the dynamic that's changing, not the tempo. And see, I move it along. At the very end, here's where I make mine.
So only the last 2 bars.
Yeah, because he never says to us slower and slower and slower. He says collando right around coming to the last measure, meaning dying away.
So here should be really the same.
Yeah. Really do a little stretch. Right. Stretch at the second part of before the left.
Okay.
It's still a rocking boat, so to speak. This was better, the 4 against 3, or this whatever you want to call it, 2 against 3. And I think the thing that helps it is if you subdue the left hand there, because if we start hearing too much inserted, between, what I'm talking about. So what I mean is, you have the diminished chord here. Let's see, you have.
I was delaying, that's why.
Yeah. Well, actually,
if I just keep going, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah.
I have a good fingering here. I used to do a 5-2. I'm trying to see what's better. I guess 3 is nice. 3 over 4. I don't know what fingering you're using, but let me just see what fingering works for this. Yeah, I'm using what I like is when I do this, I go to 3-2 here, then go to 4-2, 5-3-1, and then 5-3-1-4-2. Instead of 5-2-4, I go 3-2-4 there. You know what I'm talking about? It's not so much a delay as it's you tone down the left hand so you don't hear those in between. You don't hear in between notes. Right hand there, like this. More like that. But you didn't hardly hear the left hand when I got to the second beat. So I could concentrate on how evenly I could do the right hand there. Right, in other words, I don't want to be distracted by what's in the left hand at that point. I just want to hear da-da-dee-da-dee. Focus on that. Because that's the melody, So if we start hearing the left hand, we start going, oh, that's 2 against 3. You don't want to think that way. You want to think, let's listen to the top there. Just like we did this. Da-dee-da-da, right? We did this. We didn't pay attention. Right? It just went. And so what you want to do is be able to go through the whole piece with that one idea that it's one tempo with little, and it's not going to go sagging anywhere, so we lose the sense of what it started with the rocking motion.